What is osteoporosis and how does our weight affect our bone health? I'm Zaina, I'm the pharmacist from PillSorted Pharmacy, and I'll help you understand what does osteoporosis mean, how do we measure it, and how can we do when we want to lose weight. So osteoporosis means our bones become less dense and they're more likely to break. It's called a silent condition because it usually doesn't have that many of a symptom until a fracture happens. And why is it so important? Because when we reach our 50s, half of women and a fifth of men are likely to break a bone because of osteoporosis. So that's a big number. It might show itself as well by you feeling you're getting shorter, or you're getting more of a stooped posture, or you're having chronic pain around your hip and your back. How do we diagnose osteoporosis? We use two things. One is an assessment tool and the other one is a device. There are a couple of different assessment tools. A fracture risk assessment tool considers the likelihood of you breaking a bone within the next 10 years. And there's a couple of different factors that we look at. And those factors are your age, being a male or female, your weight, your height, having a previous fracture in your life, having osteoporosis in the family, being diagnosed with conditions like diabetes or osteoporosis, taking other medications. One of the usual culprits is long-term steroid medications. These have a harmful effect on our bones. And the other one is smoking and alcohol intake. So that's how we use the assessment tool. The device is called a DEXA scan, and what it does, it measures the bone mineral density around your hip and your spine. It's not a scary device. You lie down on a bed and there's sort of a tray sort of thing that comes right in the middle area. So it's not at all like an MRI. Based on these two, you'll get a measurement. And if you're diagnosed with osteoporosis, you will get medication for it as well. There's an important in-between step from a healthy bone and osteoporosis. It's called osteopenia. And osteopenia means your bone density has become less, but is not as much to need medication yet. But it's a good time to do the interventions, put the protective measures in place to have healthier bones. How does our weight affect our bone health? Low BMIs are considered a risk factor. So there's more likely of fractures happening when you have a low body weight. With high BMIs, although your bones might have a higher density, the fracture risk is not that much less. In fact, some fractures might become more common, like the ankle and the lower leg fractures. So high BMI is not that protective of your bones either. There's another third factor about our weight that can affect our bones, and that's the rate of weight loss. So if we lose weight too fast, it makes our bones less dense, especially around the hip area, which will bring the fracture risk much higher. One more important thing, the GLP medications, they do not directly affect our bone health. However, if taking the GLP injections mean you're taking lower calories in, you're having less of an appetite for the nutritional stuff that support your bones, and the rate of weight loss is too fast, those could have a negative impact on your bone health. Now, how do we protect our bones? There are both lifestyle changes and medication. Lifestyle wise, the most important is exercise. So here I want to talk about the weight bearing and resistant exercises like walking, like running. These coordinate your muscles and bones, so they're amazing at helping you with your balance, but they're also really important for your bones to know they're useful and make them stay strong. The other important exercise is strength building, because your muscles are the biggest protector of your bones, so you want to be careful that you have both of those there. The next one after exercise is your food intake. So proteins by far is very important. Calcium and vitamin D are the two important nutrients that your bone needs constantly, because it's a dynamic organ. It's constantly being broken down and built back up again. So it really needs that calcium, vitamin D constantly in your food. Okay, so medication. The first line of medication for osteoporosis is called the bisphosphonates, and what they do is they slow down the bone loss. They're quite effective. They've been around for many years. Two important things to keep an eye on with them is that they are once weekly routine, so it's one tablet once a week. And the other important thing is you need to have it first thing in the morning with a glass of water, with at least half an hour distance between any other food and drink while you're sat down, so it doesn't cause irritation in your gastrointestinal system. What are the things that you need to look out for? If you feel there's a sudden pain coming up in your back and your neck, or you feel that you're looking shorter, or you're getting a little bit more stooped in your posture, those are the times to get checked. The other important thing is when you're using the GLP medications or you're trying to lose weight, be mindful about the speed of weight loss. We don't want you to lose too fast, so that you will make sure you get enough nutrients and you're protecting your bones. Another thing is GLP injections are once weekly injections as well, so don't put them on the same day as your bisphosphonate tablets. As a recap, strong bones support us for our long-term independence and our mobility. If there's any questions you've got around your bone protection, around your medication, or your weight loss, feel free to reach out to us. We're here for that safe, clinician-led advice. Thank you.